Well, that's to be determined. Is this a dating Discord? I'm sorry.
Dude, if you've done these psychedelics, how come you're not like more open to the Earth just not being a globe? Like, dude, like the spirit planes and
I'm trying to prove to my wife that I'm not cheating on her. Could you please just Geo, how much do I want to fuck you right now?
That's an inappropriate question. Demonstryde's wife, what's up? It's just a bunch of blokes hanging out. Okay, talking about drugs. It's fine.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and there's one
Rock and
woman
roll.
here, and he never asked me anything. he's a
Wow.
doll in here.
He did offer me a job, though.
Yeah, he keeps trying to employ us for some reason. That's about it. That's the only proposition I've had so far.
It is legit, though. I will give you a job if you guys are America, Canada, maybe even European. I don't know if Australia has Amazon yet, though.
Yeah, we got this on. Don't worry.
Yeah, I heard you talk about that. That in Minnesota, you're saying?
Yeah, Minnesota. Yep. But like across America, I can get anyone a job. Like if you can like learn how to like if you can hold a drill bit, like hold a tool, I got you a job. Yeah, at least $30 an hour or more. You might have to work night shift, but you can work up from it. Anyone want a job? Hit me up. But like I said, if your job is manual labor in any one of those fields where you're at any one of those manufacturing sites, they are actively working on finding the automation to fulfill your job. Within like the second they figure out how to make a robot unload a truck into a dock, your job is done. The entire factory is 100% AI automated, other than my job that I can give you right now.
Yeah, we just became an employment contractor server, right?
No, I
Yeah,
just put that out there.
no,
Like it's
no
coming to an
offense.
end. Anyone who works any of those, please, like I'll fix it for you.
Yeah, dude, it's all coming to a head. Like the world is like simultaneously getting apparently bigger, but because expanding, exploding, Big Bang stuff, but it seems to be getting smaller. So see where that goes.
No, we do with the shape of the Earth thing though. There's people even like who do a lot of ayahuasca and are in ayahuasca circles and stuff, and they're still like very globe. I mean, if they had an experience maybe of the Earth not being a globe, maybe they would shift it. But if they're not having like any direct experiences related to that, like, so it doesn't seem like that necessarily shifts that, just directly. At least not right off the bat.
Well, I don't even think shape of the globe matters at that point. If you're talking about your career status or your tax bracket or any of that, I think you're below that fervor, honestly. Nobody at our level, honestly, nobody at our level, no matter what, we're not making millions or billions. None of us make a shit towards the globe or shape of the Earth, right?
What do you mean, make an impact of? What do you mean?
Well, what impact do you think you could make, honestly, from your position?
Well, there's measurements and tests that could be done that would change the whole paradigm.
Well, who would you like if you were to do a measurement and a test? Who do you think you could actually convince of the validity of it?
Well, I think initially probably a lot of like people in the mainstream science world would probably reject it, but I imagine some would be open to it. like some that are more aligned with, the actual sort of science and being open to things being overturned. And then if those few actually looked at it, then, and then if they showed more and more interest, maybe they would be able to share it with others, in their field that would then slowly become more and more open-minded to it.
See, I think that's the problem with this idea altogether is that people that get into the science field want to prove someone else wrong. They don't want to stand in front of another scientist who is smarter than them and be like, oh, they got it right. What they want to do is actually show them how they got it wrong. So you actually see this throughout the years if you actually look at the documentation of it, like people trying to prove somebody wrong. Sometimes they don't, and like, oh, his theory was actually valid. The theory, quote unquote, theory. Eventually, though, you'll find people who are just like not. They're trying to prove something that hasn't actually been tested yet. So, is your position that you would like all previous theories to be proven wrong before they're proven right, or are you okay with things going forward? Like, because it seems like you only want new discoveries instead of previous ones being shown how they are wrong, because I think that's science. I think when science can show when a previous thought shelf, like you might have hang your hat on that coat rack for a long time, maybe 20 years, 30 years, but science will come by and be like, well, we've actually shown that not to be true, so we'll change it. As a glober, I look at that, the change, and be like, that is actually what should be done, not just the coattailing off of other people and just believing what they believe because they said it, which is, it sounds like what Flat Earth wants.
Well, I mean, when it comes to curvature, if you show a measurement and show tangible proof that the Earth isn't curving, then you've disproven the globe and getting much closer to showing the Earth is planar and doesn't have the curvature. So I mean, they kind of go together.
So for you though, to be shown that curvature, what lamination event should a scientist go through to prove it like solidly to you? Like what steps do they need to take to require that you will accept what they say? Because I believe that it has been shown and it has been calculated in a very good degree. But what steps did they not take to prove it to you, so that for the simple stance that you don't agree with it right now?
If the curvature existed, it would be super easy to prove it. You wouldn't need to come up with these stupid little mind games like refraction and all that stuff.
Matt to Yahoo, I'm sorry, I'm not. I do appreciate our conversations earlier, but I did not actually make any single argument you just brought up. I was asking Gio why he believed that this might be the case, and what level of evidence would have to be brought forth to prove this case. It's a very simple question. What made you believe this, and then what level of evidence would lead somebody like you to believe this? It's a very low bar to pass. It should not require any white knighting from any other person.
It's not white knighting. I suppose the question really comes down to like just
You're
my
white
reflection
knighting
on what
now,
you're saying that.
Rixie. I asked
No,
Gio.
no,
That's white knighting. If you're answering for Geo, this is
I'm
white
not
knighting.
answering
That's
for
why I
you. I
said
thought
it.
it was like an open-ended question you asked for generally everyone, but I mean, maybe it was
No,
pointed
I
a bit more than I
specifically.
expected.
I get it.
Really?
I get it. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry if it sounded open ended. I was specifically asking Geo because he made a claim, and I'm fine, Geo, if you don't have an answer. I'm not to mean a dick. I heard a claim. I want a response, and if you don't have one, I don't require pushing from it. I just say no. It's fine.
Yeah, and that wasn't really white knighting. I just wanted to answer the question.
No, it's cool. I was kind of away from my mic for a sec. I was listening though, but
No
if
worries.
other people want to jump in, go for it. But I mean, it's a big topic, but
Yeah, it gets down to the notion of like how big of a lie can society tell to itself? That's what I think the biggest clause is here. And the question is like, do you think that they could get away with such a big lie? That's like, just think about it for a sec, right? The globe
No,
itself is
the
beyond the
idea.
purview of the individual,
No,
and
the
yet we're
idea
all
was
supposedly encapsulated by it. That's the thing that I don't get.
right. No,
So
the
you can't.
the problem I had
Right?
was he presented a position that came from an idea of agreement, right? So if he agrees that this is the truth or likely to be the truth, what caused him to lead him there? And when two other people jumped in to answer for him is what I called white knighting. And it's fine if Geo does not have the answer. It's perfectly fine.
It's a left of center question, and to expect
But
someone
you
to
were
have a
white knighting
left
for
pointed
Geo yet
response.
again.
No, right. I mean, I'm not
If
white knighting
Geo
for the.
does
I
not
just think
have the answer to the
it's
question that I
unrealistic.
asked, it is
It's
perfectly
unrealistic
fine
statement.
for him to say yes or no, but I don't need a white knight from two or three other individuals.
Well, no, the thing is, dude, I'm just like, I'm kind of doing something, so I'm not like, sometimes I'm fully at my mic and I can like fully engage. I'm just like kind of back and forth. I was just popping in when I could. That's why, like,
No.
I did hear you and then I wasn't right at my mic and then other people were jumping in. I mean, it's a big topic and it would be a larger, I mean, yeah, like, you're saying, like, why have I come to the conclusions that I have, or why has anyone? And then we're talking about, like, you know, if you're going to get into like curvature and why I don't think there's curvature and what would be needed to show it further. It's just a bigger, it would just take a lot larger kind of engagement. But if you want to re-ask it, I can try to.
Yeah, so like if you've come to the conclusion that there isn't enough sufficient evidence for curvature, what would somebody have to provide you with to conclude that to you in truth and for you to accept it? Because I don't know what that might be at this point.
A tangible measurement of water curving or of land curving.
A
Something
tangible measurement, though, like can be obscured from laser line levels. It can be obscured from triangulation, from geographic measurements. Those have been confirmed. So why don't those confirm them to you?
You said optical, or you said lasers? I mean,
Well,
lasers show that
so
there's not.
like geographical surveyors, like they first started out using chains that do not stretch, or if they did, they accounted for the stretch that might happen during heat and cold. So they knew within the millimeter of how long or short one of their chained links might be for doing these triangulations of geographical measurements. So it's not only optical.
To measure distances or curvature?
Yeah, someone
So
used
they
chain link
measure
fences
physical
to.
distances between three different points. They make a triangle with a chain, actually, across the majority of the contiguous United States. They have geological survey points that they put down, but they did this through having chains that were measurable because of the links within the chain, and then you could actually calculate their shrinkage and expansion due to heat or thermal expansion, and you could calculate for that. So there's no optical in this.
Who did that though?
So back in like the 1900s or the 1800s or whatever, you had two or three guys go out there with sticks, and they had a chain between their sticks, and they would make a straight taut line between the chains, and they didn't know it's straight because they pulled it taut, and then it'd be a little bit of sag because of gravity, but we don't bring gravity into this argument unless you want to. The point being, they made three linear connections that created a triangle, and over time, when you graph those triangles, they create a globe. There's no optical measurement here.
Well, I agree that in theory, measuring distances precisely can elucidate whether the surface is curving or not. But you read about this and then just trust that they did it, or like, where is your? I know you're claiming they did this, but I mean, who laid out
Right.
chains and measured distances like this consistently?
So the chains, you can actually find historical data of them existing. You can even find the markers that they laid down. If you yourself were to pull up your phone and pull up a GPS coordinate system, you could to this day accurately find where they laid down the headstone markers for their triangulation points. And the triangulation is a specific term because there's 3 points of a triangle, right? So when you pull a chain and you make a marker in 3 different points, you have 3 straight lines to each one of those points, and you have a geological marker. When you map enough of those triangles over the surface that they were calculating, it occludes to a globe before we ever got to GPS.
Quick
Yes.
question. What's the longest chain?
So would that matter? All right. So if there is a longer chain than the other
No,
one,
what
do you
is the
think they would not?
longest chain they ever drew?
How did
I want to know what the longest
I
one
will
is.
I will I will agree to answer this question if you can tell me how it correlates to the argument I'm making. Because if there were a
Because you're
longer
talking about
chain,
drawing
listen to this.
lengths
If
of
there was the
chains,
long,
so I
they
want
were
to know what
using
the
one
longest
chain. No,
one
hold on,
was.
Ricksky. They were using one chain. There was not a longer chain. They were using one chain to do all 3 measurements. So if there was a longer chain, there would be another person that's part of their crew that they did not calculate with and would not be part of their measurements. Okay, the measurements were made with the same chain across 3 different locations that pinpointed a triangle. That when you occlude all those triangles together, you end up getting an excess of a sphere. So please tell me how
Asking you
this
what
doesn't.
length,
I'm sorry, I'm speaking. Please tell me how this
the length
does
of the
not.
chain.
I'm sorry. Please tell me
What
how
is the
this does
length
not.
of the
I'm
chain?
sorry, Ricksky. Please hold on. I'm almost done. Please tell me how, when all of these singular chains were made together to make triangles over the surface of a globe and calculated the excess distance that would be there for a globe, would not match. You cannot use ocular. Yeah, I know you want to throw in an extra chain there. Maybe they got a couple extra links.
What's the length
I
of
just
the
told you that ain't the
chain?
case. They use the same chain to make all 3 measurements.
What's the length
Yeah.
of the chain?
That's irrelevant. The length of the chain is equal
Is it
for
10
all 3
meters
sides.
or
How
is
about,
it
hey,
200?
Ricksky? The length of the chain was equal for all 3 sides. How many degrees are on the inside of that triangle? You want to answer me that?
Is it a 10-meter chain or is it a 200-meter chain?
Ricksky, if all of the sides of the chain were equal length and they made a triangle, what are the internal angles of that
Why can't
triangle?
you just tell me what the
If
length
you,
of the
it's
chain was?
180 degrees, and if you couldn't tell me that, you shouldn't be asking me what the length is of one.
Degrees is not a length.
You
Okay,
should
that's
not.
an angle.
Ricksky, please stop. Please mute yourself.
Demon,
You asked me the
just
length of one
dude,
side of a
control
triangle,
yourself
and I
for a
told you
second.
that an equilateral
What's the
triangle of all 3 sides
dude?
would equal 180 degrees. If you did not know that, you should not be asking me what the length of one of the chains should be, as if you were going to disrupt my argument for how it was measured. So please,
I want
is
to
anybody
know.
here, Ricksky, bro?
Yeah, I'm
Come
a
on, bro.
mod.
Hey, just
Congratulations, you interacted with
hey,
one.
mod,
Okay,
bro.
so quick question.
So do you
Yeah, I
think you're
know you're
capable of
asking for. I just want to know
are,
what the length of the chain was, dude. It's not that
it,
bad.
all right,
Is it
I'll
10
answer you.
meters
All right.
or?
Ricksky,
Thank you.
Ricksky, Ricksky. The length of chain A was equal to length of chain B, which was length equal to chain C. All
And what
3
length was that?
measurements.
Holy shit, this is not a difficult question, man. You want people to answer your questions, answer somebody else's.
All right,
Meltdown.
the
It's
length
like,
of the chain
fun.
equals 1.
All right, well,
What
you're
was
not
the
going to buy
You're trying to
internal
work in
forever
angle?
and one.
algebra still. Like,
What
don't work
was the
with
internal
it.
angles of that triangle that they created?
Dude, you told me it's a physical thing that they ran out in
The
the
sides
physical
were
world.
1, 1, and 1. What is
It's
the
in,
internal angles of that fucking triangle? Go ahead.
I
You don't know? I already gave you the answer. It's fucking 180, but you're asking me what the length was of a side, and you don't even know the algebra to fucking determine it. This is why
Dude,
you
every
shouldn't be
triangle is
asking me these questions.
180
I
degrees.
wasn't
What are you
paying attention
talking
to your
about?
question. I just want to know what one of the length of the chains were. I
You
just
do,
want
but
to know.
it wouldn't further your investigation into the reality of the consumption of your
Apparently,
reason
your
for asking.
defense of the not providing the information seems to be
Your
indicative
ignorance,
of your issue.
your ignorance does not disclude
I
your
like you, Demonstryde. I like
apprehension
you,
for the.
Demonstryde. I just like you to answer the question as well. I've got
Yeah,
no problem with you, man. Like we're
the
great.
length was
We're
1. The
fantastic.
length was 1. Would you like me to answer another question, Ricksky?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
I got a
meters,
question. I got one
please.
question. How do you have 180 degree spherical triangle?
So I said each sides of the triangle were equal length, right? Did you say spherical triangle? I'm sorry.
Well, you said you.
We
You
did
said you're
go
laying
from
it.
I'm
It's a
all I'm trying
globe.
to get at I'm trying to get a
It's
handle on like the physical nature of what you're proposing. Like I just want to like imagine myself like playing out the role of the chain length. I want to understand the length of it. And you just like had a
yeah.
meltdown.
So
You couldn't
imagine you
handle
have 50. All right. I'm gonna give you the length of it. It's 50 chains, 50 links per chain, and there's only
how big are
one
the
chain
links,
used.
dude? Holy
50
shit!
links. Yeah. So
How
when
big are
they
the links? Like, just give a measurement, like a overall. Like, was it a mile, 2 miles, half a mile, quarter mile?
yeah, you got it.
Okay, yeah, that's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah. So
You're impossible
now
to
you
engage with.
answered him, Pure Rigor. Hey, Pure Rigor, thank you for answering
I
his
didn't
question.
answer anything. I
No, you
asked
did.
you a
No, you
question.
did.
You didn't answer that.
Well, you and I was able to
You
answer it.
haven't
You were able to
answered a
accept
single
it.
question yet.
So what did I tell you?
Nothing.
Wait, you just said I answered your question. What was it?
No, I said you haven't answered a single question yet.
I said it was 1 mile. You said okay. Finally, you answered a question. So I
No,
answered
I
your
threw out
question.
a bunch of distances and you didn't answer. You said, yeah, that.
Yeah. So you threw out a number, and I said yes. That. No. Would you like to move
I
on,
threw
or you
out
want to
a
keep at
bunch of numbers.
one? What? Throw out a number. Give me any number. What is it?
2 million.
Yes, absolutely. Next question. How does that correlate to you defeating my argument for how the shape of the earth was correlated and
You
calculated?
don't have an argument because we don't know what the experiment was.
Well, because you're ignorant to the topic doesn't
No, because you haven't
mean that.
explained it.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
You
Can a moderator stop? All right, I would like to speak right now. I would not like to be interrupted.
Yeah, at some
So
point,
because
right? You
all right,
have to present an
I'm sorry, I
argument
can't hear you. I'm going to speak
claim
right
you
through this.
have an
So
argument.
because you
So
are
just trying to like
unaware of the
waffle
way that it
on,
was
like prove
calculated does not.
everybody just
I'm sorry. Can a
doesn't work.
moderator please? I'm sorry. Can a moderator please? Can somebody please? I'll go on mute. How about this?
Yeah, I mean, if you have an experiment, you're citing
Well,
an
you reckon now,
experiment.
Rigger? Like, what are like? Can
Just
you
tell
actually
us.
like link some chains together and work out the size of the Earth? I mean,
With
Eratosthenes did with the
spherical
shadows. Like some
triangles,
other guy can do it with some like chain link fence or something.
you'd have to use spherical triangles. And then I asked them, well, if that's the case, how do you have 180 degrees in that triangle?
That was
Ran
the case. Would you like to
Question.
play that back? I
Third
actually asked
question.
you. No, hold on.
Where's the
Don't be retarded.
triangle?
Don't be
Hang the
retarded.
triangle here.
He
Don't
doesn't
be.
know. He doesn't
Stop
know.
it. Hey, come on, guys. I
Oh,
You
told
ain't got
you
no
the internal
triangle.
angles were 180, and I told you exactly. Like, come on now.
No,
Don't do
spherical
that. Don't be
triangles
retarded.
are not
I'll go.
180 degrees. I asked you,
I'll
how
go.
do you get a 180 degree spherical triangle?
A spherical triangle isn't a thing. That's why you're asking a dumb question.
Okay, so you made a
So you
triangle
don't know about.
on a ball.
He doesn't know about spherical triangles. Clearly, it's more
So
than 180 degrees, right?
the fact that you cannot comprehend what I was saying and how a sphere was calculated through triangles, that doesn't mean I was saying a triangle is a spherical triangle. So your retarded bullshit is not part of me. That's
You
just
haven't
part
even
of your
provided a
ignorance. I'm
link.
sorry. I'll go on mute till you ask me another question.
Here's a
Oh,
question.
okay.
What
Don't ask
was
me.
the actual
Okay.
experiment?
Don't ask me a question. Rigger goes in straight to ask me a question. Okay. Shit, let's see where this goes.
What's your question?
It is often
What?
referred to as a spherical triangle, Demonstryde. So, I mean, it's similar to spherical excess, but you're talking about doing it with chains.
Yeah,
It is what-
If you're gonna lay it on the surface,
yeah.
it's
So
going to be
the
a spherical triangle.
Yeah, fuck me. I guess I don't get to talk, right, Gio?
I don't know. Just let each other go one at a time. Who's interrupting who?
I'll mute
I don't know.
myself.
Just don't interrupt people. Go ahead, Demonstryde or whoever.
Thank you. It's Demonstryde's time to talk. Anybody who talks over me, please mute them. Okay, so a triangle can become spherical if you were to measure a line on a ball, like a basketball. There's a Spalding basketball you can find. Anybody can. And there's a line. It's called the equator. It doesn't angle left or right. It's a straight line. Now, if you were to take that line and create three other lines that connect it, you would create a spherical triangle. All right. And each one of those would have an excess, which we measure. And so if you were to take the chain to measure in between each one of those points that doesn't stretch or whatever, it doesn't matter how many links there are, you could have 2 links in there and you would just have more triangles. If you have 3 links in there, you have more triangles and you would have 2. The more links you have, the more accurate the triangle, the better the angle of that triangle being. And if you're doing it over the surface of a sphere, you will create a spherical triangle that is measurable. So just claiming that it's a spherical triangle and trying to call that bullshit is ignorant and retarded flat earth bullshit.
Hiccup.
No, you just said it. You can't have 180 degrees. But before you were mocking
No, I did
people for
not. No. I
citing
claimed you can have
180
no. Stop. I
It just
said you
says
can
a
have
spherical triangle.
No. Sorry, you're wrong. I
Did you
actually
not?
claimed you can have more. Sorry,
Hiccup.
if you didn't. I'm sorry if you did not understand the English language. But I said when you take a triangle and created 3 equal lines over a sphere, okay, with straight lines, which you can actually do. You can take a Sharpie and you can take a ruler and you can create a straight line across
Oh,
a
you
ball.
elevated it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not done talking. You will let me finish talking. When you connect those 3 points, they will be an excess, creating a spherical triangle, concluding the shape of the Earth. You can be ignorant as much as you want.
Okay, so you elevated the triangle off the surface.
No, I'm
and
saying if you
measured the
took a
distance to
ruler,
the surface
I'm saying
of
if
the
you took a
triangle.
ruler and you rolled it across the surface of a ball and you touched a ballpoint pen or a Sharpie marker to every surface that straight line touched on the ball as you rolled it across the surface, and you touched 3 of those lines together at those points, you would create an excess which would not equal what an actual triangle is on a flat surface. It would be excess because it is on a sphere surface, concluding the shape of the Earth is a fucking sphere if you use chains to measure it and you occlude for their shrinkage and expansion through heat. And you can count the chains so you know they're a straight line when you pull them taut. It's the exact same thing as being on the surface of a basketball if you were to roll a straight
Yeah, I
ruler
feel the
across the
shrinkage.
surface while you trace it. Like,
Yeah, a lot
there's
of
the
shrinkage
problem.
going on here.
Yeah, a lot of shrinkage is your explanation or your argument for my logical scientific explanation there. That's very, very smart. We got some smart
Oh, I'd
minds
like to
learning
read
from
the
flat earth right
experiment.
here.
Yeah, I'd like to read it. You think it's
You
cited?
should do it yourself. Grab a basketball
No, I'm
and
not
see
gonna
where it
spend all
says
that money in chains. Are you out of your
you
mind?
can't own a
How
basketball. You're that
expensive
poor.
that'd be?
You're so poor you can't own a flat earthers that poor they don't know anybody with a basketball.
I think my
Yeah, so you
the
did an
neighbors have
experiment
one.
on
The
a
kids are always
basketball.
outside playing.
Yeah, there you go. So your
That just
neighbors have a
doesn't make any
basketball.
sense.
There you
To
go.
see if
You're
you
like,
could
Well, all
borrow
right.
it.
So, all right.
experiment on a
If
basketball
that
to
doesn't
figure
make any
out the
sense,
shape
Pure
of the
Rigor,
Earth.
hey, go over your neighbor, steal his basketball,
It's a
and take a
regulation.
ruler. It's a regulation basketball. Take your ruler, all right, and start pressing it against the surface of where it says Spalding, that line that goes across the hemisphere, and tell me when it deviates from your straight edge. You fucking
Wow.
liar.
Go to your neighbor's house, take the door off the hinge, and that will tell you the shape of the Earth. Like, what the fuck are you even trying to say right now?
Wait. Your argument for flat Earth is go to your neighbor and
No,
take your
that's your
doorknob
argument for
off because
Globe.
now
Go steal someone's basketball.
I got my family. My family's here right now. You're proving to my family right now to prove flat Earth. You go to
You
your
don't have a
neighbor's house
family.
and you steal
That's
your
a lie.
doorknob,
liar.
your doorknob
I
off.
don't
Wait,
love
is
your
that
family.
what you do? Prove it.
No,
Prove it.
Tell me
What
about
do
your
you
Like you
do?
would
family.
have
said,
family.
go to my neighbor's house, steal their basketball, run a ruler across the surface, and that proves the globe. Because I asked,
So,
and that was your
yeah.
response for me asking can
Was
you
that all my
cite this
response? Did I
experiment
include
so I could read it?
Hey.
You don't
Did I
like it when
include
other people
Pure
talk when
Rigor?
you talk, but you sure in the hell like to talk when other people are talking, don't you?
Are you done? Can I respond now?
It's when he
No,
most
I didn't
likes to
get to
talk.
finish.
But
All
I
right.
also
Let me know when I
like
can
to talk to other
respond to
people.
your inaccurate
You could just
accusation.
stop talking, and then you'll know. Like I asked you to
Let me know.
cite
Let me
this
know.
experiment so I could, and you do it again.
Okay.
I'm done.
Like I was
Everybody
saying,
Let
there.
me
guys,
know.
You're
Let me know.
impossible.
I'll wait for a moderator to step in. But Pure Rigor, you asked the question. I understand your question. I understand it. Would you like me to respond yet?
Dude, just respond with a citation.
Yeah. So your citation isn't required because everybody here can go to a basketball and take a
So
straight
trust
edge.
me, bro. That's your
Oh,
answer.
so you're
Trust me,
talking.
bro.
So you're talking over me now. Is that what
Yeah,
he's
you're
like,
doing?
just
yeah,
like you
so
did to
no.
me like
Okay.
20 seconds
Next
ago.
to the
How's
future,
it feel?
jump in and save Pure Rigor because he doesn't understand how
I'm
science
trying to save
works.
you.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to
Science
save you.
not.
does
Yeah.
Science does not tell
Snacks.
you to
Hey,
go to
hey,
a
pure
round
rigor.
How's it
target
working?
Hey,
to
pure rigor.
determine the
Hey,
shape
pure
of
rigor.
the
Hey, pure
Earth.
rigor. Hey, pure rigor. Sorry, shut up. Go ahead, Snacks. How are you saving me?
Look at this guy. You think you're running shit.
Just
You
trying
are
You
to-
guys,
so
it doesn't
sad.
really have to go off the rails. I mean, I hear what you're saying about, in theory, the chains and distances. We've talked about this at length in terms of like making a triangle on the ground, and if that could be done, like there's all the spherical excess discussions. This is like a version of it where you're using physical chains. I think there's like value in discussing this, so it doesn't really have to go off the rails. Like I hear what you're saying, Demonstryde, of this
Yeah.
idea. Yes, and if that could be done, it may be able to show, like, well, in theory, hypothetically, it would show if it could be done accurately. But there's a lot of questions that have been brought up, like there's the terrain of the ground, there's the stretching of the chains themselves. But this started in you claiming that this had been done. So I think right there, Rigor was asking, like,
right.
what is like what have you seen that this was done that was compelling to you? Maybe we should go
Okay.
there.
Right. So the history of surveying is actually there. So if he wants to deny me, that's fine. But there is actual history. You can actually go out and find these postmarks where people back in the like early 1800s were like mapping these triangles and they pounded stakes into the ground. You can go find these right now. If you use your GPS, you could find these. I don't need to do this experiment for you. It's already been done. If you deny the shape of the earth, you should have already proved this to me.
What are you talking about? I just asked for a citation because you told me they took a triangle and elevated it, and they did this with chains.
No,
And
I
all
didn't say
could
they
think about-
elevated it. No, I did
all
not
I
say they.
could think
Hold on,
about-
I did
You're
not.
doing it
I did
again,
not say they
dude.
elevated.
You're
Pure
doing it
rigor.
again
You're wrong.
every single
You're
time I
wrong.
go to respond.
Let me
You
clarify.
just
Let me
don't
clarify.
want an interaction. You just
Let me
want to
clarify.
dominate the conversation. So
Fine.
what you're
You're
telling
wrong, but
me
let me clarify.
is
I'll
you
wait till you're
took
done.
a triangle made out of chains, right? And you did it one length at a time. And you elevated this off the surface. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, to do this practically, you would have to pull this chain taut. So you would need some insanely strong force, right? Just to pull the slack out of it.
How long of a,
And
how
then,
much?
and then
force?
you'd
Oh
have
wait,
to
wait.
worry about,
It's
well, am I
calculable.
stretching
No, hold
the
on.
chain?
That's a
What's
shut
going
up.
on with that?
That's a calculable force. What is the weight of the chain? What's the length of the chain? And how much force is needed to require? That's a question that's literally you can do science and math for, but you think it's impossible to calculate. What if the
No,
chain?
I don't think it's
wait,
impossible. I
pure
just
rigor.
wanted to see the citation so I could see how they did it because I think it's extremely difficult to do.
Wait. What if the chain is only 10 feet long?
Then you're not doing anything with that.
But if I made enough of those triangles, I could still conclude what I was talking about.
Not
If
with
I
10
had
feet, buddy.
right. Oh, it said not with 10 feet. You're right. Okay. So you've concluded that with only 10 feet, these measurements are inaccurate. What if I had 50 feet?
It's still gonna ask you for the same.
Dude, that's a lot
I'm
of
still
tension
gonna
you're
ask
gonna
the
need.
same thing. Just
There you
give
go.
me this
It's a lot of
citation.
tension. It's a
Instead
lot
of
of calculable things. You guys are in it. Like you
Need like a
can't
neck massage,
comprehend it.
maybe?
So your argument is I
Shiatsu?
can't comprehend how somebody would achieve this
No, it's
thing.
easy. It's
No,
easy
really,
to
what is it?
comprehend.
What's your argument? What's your argument for why it
It's
can't
easy to
why it can't be?
comprehend. I just want to see
Why
what
can't it
they
be?
actually did because I just
Well, they
think you're
did that.
making
No,
things
they
It'll
did
be an
that. No,
approximation. It won't be exact.
no, it's exact. They did it. Why don't you think they could do it? They did it. Tell me why
All
they
right,
didn't.
show me. Show me
No,
the
I don't have to. You
documentation
show me
'cause I
why they
never seen
didn't.
it.
Well, all right. I'll
You
show
made the
you right.
positive claim, dude. I just want to read
Yeah.
the paper, so I don't want to listen to you fumble over this, trying to explain it. I just
Yeah, you're
read
like
it for
angry
myself.
and fumbling. You should have a Snickers bar.
Ball, loose
Thank you.
ball.
Thanks, Riggs. Thanks, Riggs.
Done?
Let's not spiral, guys. We're starting off pretty productive.
Can I have you?
It's about to get more productive when he posts this the chain experiment. Productivity is going to go off the charts real soon here.
Oh,
Get ready.
66 foot to 100. So 100 links per chain. That's how many links were in the chain, and it was 66 feet. All right. So
You
this
could
was
post
done.
it.
It was historical land mapping surveyors chain. All right. For the United States of America. All right. If the fact is you'd never heard about this, it means you are very ignorant. Okay. To how we actually concreted our states and the shape of our map. Is anyone here ignorant to this?
Okay.
Raise
I'm
your
sorry, did
hand.
you say
What's
concreted?
Raise
the
your hand.
tolerance on the
you-
expansion of that? What's the tolerance of the temperature expansion on that chain?
Are you? Well, just tell me
Do
you're
we-
ignorant to it first.
But
Well, we
did
just
you-
got to make sure that thing is
Well,
regulated.
you just gotta make sure you just heard about it
It's
now
not a
before you ask me
regulation
another.
log chain.
Hold on. You're
we
just hearing
can't play
about this now.
basketball. But
You're
did you say
just hearing about this now.
concreted?
Hey, hold on. Let me
Did you
finish
say
this sentence here.
concreted though?
I
thought you
I'm
just
sorry.
said that,
Hey,
and I was like, is that a
hey,
word? I
will
don't know.
beg-
Maybe that's a
I
word
will
I don't
beg
know. You could
moderation
like
to
tell
let
me
me
about
finish the
that.
sentence here. That's fine.
Okay, I'm asking. Please tell me.
I will beg moderation to let me
I will
finish the
ask you
sentence
again what concreted means.
Okay, so has anybody here actually looked into the claims being made before they said they didn't exist?
I just asked
Yeah,
for a
you said you had
citation
to-
so I can understand this, so I don't have to listen to you fumble it.
You had some family
Well,
members to
Yeah,
attend
actually,
to us.
and apparently it's 66 feet. I don't think I really fumbled much. I mean,
How
it's
about
pretty accurate. Like 66 feet to 50 feet, and they're making triangles. And it's back in the day, and they map the triangles. They pound things into the ground. Then they put the triangles together. And they make spherical triangles based off of all the triangles put together. I don't know. It makes sphere, guys.
yeah? So you don't have the citation. I got it.
Well, you don't have the ability to
Yeah, just
actually
type into
research it.
Chat GPT.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Is the sphere like a curve?
I'm sorry. Hey, Snacks, sorry. I was speaking. So you don't have the ability to research the thing you're claiming isn't true, which is very sad.
You have the positive claim.
Well, I have all the. Would you like the data? You aren't going to look for it.
Yeah,
because I actually
Fuck,
found it.
man,
Hold
how
on,
many times I got to
hold on.
ask for it?
Like,
Well, how many times you got to ask
definitionally,
me to
though.
Google? Hey, how many times do
No,
you
I
need to
ask
ask
you
to
for the
Google
data.
something for you?
All right, whatever. Oh, okay, I'm
Yeah.
just going to stop engaging because you're not going to post it.
what resolution do you have to have like triangles at to they are a curve? Actually,
Okay,
you-
so what
like
resolution
you actually have
would?
to take. You actually have to take
totally.
the.
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
hey,
What?
hey,
what
oh, hey!
did-
I was
Up.
talking. Yeah. But actually, to make that resolution, you'd have to
What I do,
basically
bro? What you want to do?
rules of the road here.
Sorry.
Shrink down a triangle till it's a point. So you've effectively just negated your whole idea of needing triangles.
No, you just negated it by saying that's the claim, but that's not actually the thing.
I could say a lot of things, but I'm also what's
yeah, well, I can
concreted
just
mean?
say that
Do you know what concreted
I can
means?
just say that what you're saying is not true as well. So you're not true in the things you're saying. So
I don't know if it's a
we
word that only
Well, I don't
you
care.
know.
I don't care. You're not true. You're actually wrong. How about that? You're
You can
you're
have
just
your-
as wrong as
you
you're
can
claiming
have
I
your own
am.
words. I'll permit you
Well,
that.
I can too, just as much as you. So you're just as wrong as I am you. Where do we go from here? Because I
You're
actually
drama
have.
queen.
I don't have the
You're
Red
drama
Bull to
queen,
keep up with you,
Demonstryde.
but
I'll go
You're
on
dreaming-
mute until you ask for
You're a
opposition.
drama queen.
you could just do the first part of that. Go ahead.
You're a drama demon. Got him.
It's like an angry Chris Farley.
Dude, he was so jolly earlier. It's quite the flip.
Yeah,
Well, no, it's
emotional roller coaster.
it's what happens when a debate reaches a logical end where the
That wasn't a
opposition.
debate.
I'm sorry, I'm
You had
talking
no
right
argument.
now. I'm
You gotta
sorry.
start
I'm
with
gonna
an
finish.
argument.
Hey, pure rigor, you're gonna let me
Hey, what's
finish my fucking.
Hey, how
I'm
you
sorry.
doing?
Hey,
Demonstryde.
okay,
What's
all
up,
right.
buddy?
So I just talk until you, and we
Yeah,
both get
hey, I was
muted. All right.
talking
So
too.
can I
I
at
think
least
we're talking to each
Hey,
other.
fuck you then.
Hey, right over here. Okay, we're talking here, huh?
The point is you guys met a logical conclusion that did not conclude with your side being true, so you spiraled, and then you tried
There was
to.
no logical conclusion. It was
Okay.
just presupposition.
Yep.
He's
So,
going through his
all right.
projection
Do you have
phase now.
another? Do you have another
outta here.
position you like?
Get out
Do
of
you
here.
have
When
a?
you finally beat this head off,
I'll
Yeah.
mute
then the
myself
final form,
until you. There
Mute
you go.
yourself
You guys
now.
can talk to yourself.
Mute yourself now.
and you
Thank
just
you.
Yeah, so
hit where the
So
X
what
shows,
happened, right?
and then-
There was an experiment done where they laid the chains flat on the surface and they said, oh shit, this is flat. They made a 180-degree triangle and they just kept doing that over and over and over. And everything led to a flat surface. I mean, it's that simple. I'll just take his position and just change it from ball to flat and then deliver nothing. No proof. Nothing.
But let me just concrete something to the room here. If you're talking, it's you know what I mean. Like if somebody else has something to say, it's like it doesn't mean that they're going to totally take over the whole conversation. They might just have like a few words, to say. It doesn't mean you have to like go totally like I was talking. I would. And that's I mean just a little bit of room here.
This is
I've been kicked off the
definitely an
server.
engaging, deep conversation you guys got going on.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of happens when you kill the chat. It's a little low.
Into the den. Don't worry.
I literally just walked away, not figuratively,
It's been defensive. That's all.
to get a coffee.
So would one person like to respond to the defense that I proposed, or would you all like to white knight for the one person?
Yeah, no, I'll provide my argument. They did an experiment with chains about a mile long. They laid it on the earth, right? And they made 3 different sizes to create a triangle that added up to 180 degrees. And they said, well, you can't have 180 degrees with spherical triangles, so it's got to be flat.
Hey,
And that was
how many
what
feet?
they did. That was the experiment they did.
How many feet are in a mile? That's crazy. That what you just said right now. But that's not what
Yep.
they did. But how many feet are in a mile?
No, it is what they did.
No, it's not what they did. But go ahead.
Yeah,
How
it
many
is.
feet are in a mile? No. How many feet are in a
But
mile?
how many days are in a month?
Yeah. So we're gonna jump to the next question versus answering the question I just asked. He said they made a mile-long chain
Yeah.
and made
Made out
triangles.
of
Right.
steel.
He said it just like that, actually.
How many feet are in a mile?
Yeah, they made it out of steel.
No. How many feet are in a mile?
A metal
There was a
chain?
lot of links.
That would be extremely heavy. How many heavies would that be in
Yes,
foot pounds?
the chains were 66
many
feet
heavies.
long. Do you think
I cannot-
66 feet is a mile?
No, that's a good point, Demonstryde.
It's a
Yeah.
damn
many
good
links?
point. but
That's
he wants
probably
to-
why they had to concrete it like they did.
Well, so his argument that they made a mile long chain is inaccurate. Correct? Can we all agree with that right now? Does anyone
Well, they
want
had
to
a
raise
few
their hand?
master links, right? I think
Hey,
it was
pure
like 3,
rigor.
4
Are you
master links.
incorrect when you made that claim? Were you lying or are you just incorrect?
I don't know
The
what you're
fact
asking
that
me.
That's not a very good choice.
So it's the chains were 66 feet long. When you said they made a mile long chain, were you inaccurate or incorrect?
Yeah, that just has nothing to do with the
So
experiment.
the fact that you cannot admit to being inaccurate or incorrect disqualifies you from my conversation.
It's
Goodbye.
basically like you don't actually have to have the debate, and you can just go right on to saying you won next time.
This dude just says, I got a bunch of numbers, therefore, you're wrong.
Well, the little guy's got to burn out his energy before he goes to Betty Pie, I guess.
Yeah, let him get it out of his system.
I bring the morning energy. Whoa. The Simpsons.
Man, the urge to argue, just to argue.
It's clinical. Hey, did you notice that the weather's really different now? It's like a tropical depression. It's
No,
like
the weather's
warm
not
outside.
different. What do you mean the weather's different?
It's like I'm in New Jersey.
Well,
You're
how
in
many-
Boston. I mean, you're 6 hours away by drives. It's like it's rainy.
Degrees is indifference.
It feels like it's like I don't know, like low, maybe high 50s or something like that.
Now we had like
I don't know, maybe.
a little bit of snow. It froze over and it got pretty warm. Now it's like, yeah, everything's gone. It's warm outside in the
Yeah.
50s.
We just caught like a sneak attack from the Arctic polar winds.
Yeah, I blame Canada. Fuck Canada.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like barometric pressure in the thermal. I don't know, man. I'm still trying to put add this all together. But
Just say global warming or like what's the new one? Climate change. Yeah, that'll cover it.